would I really be a content creator if I wasn't having a beverage and in my pajama bottoms? Well, hello friends, and thank you for coming back to me. Today I am going to be filming 5 first impressions along with my everyday makeup routine. I put up a little poll on Instagram there earlier on asking if you'd like to see how I do my makeup, and most of you said yes, so here we are. Let's jump on into it, shall we? So the first product I'm going to use today is one of my first impressions. So it's the Luna by Lisa Jordan strobing primer. I picked this up. No, I didn't pick it up. It was gifted to me for Christmas by the lovely Santa Claus. He did very well this year. So I got the Luna by Lisa, what was it called? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. What is it called? The Glow Vault. Yes, that's exactly what it's called. What am I like? I can't even start today right. So haven't used this before. I have no idea what it's like. A pop in the back of my hand. Sure, we'll just whack it on the old face. So I'm just gonna, whoa, that's a lot. Oh my god, watch, I'm gonna get this everywhere. Gonna get this everywhere. That seems like it's a good amount. And work that into the skin. I always just use my fingers when applying primers because why not? Personally, in my opinion, why would I dirty a brush when I can just use my fingers? Would never use my fingers now for foundation, but for primer, I don't know, it seems okay to me, I suppose. That primer looks really nice. It gives a like nice subtle glow, and it's kind of tacky as well, which I find is good for foundations. I am very happy so far. So now that's my primer on, I'm going to go in with my foundation, which is my trusted Conceal and Define by Makeup Revolution. This is actually nearly out for me, so I am going to need to repurchase. It is one of my favorites. It goes with me basically everywhere. I wear it on every night out that I go on. It's just high coverage, but can be worn a bit less to get kind of a medium coverage. Then I'm going to take my number 7 sponge just to pat that all in. I've recently gone back to sponges. I used to be really into makeup sponges this time last year, and then I took out one of my brushes just to give it a go, and I forgot how much I liked brushes. I'd say I stopped using them because I thought that with me having dry skin, they really agitated my dry patches, but now it's not too bad. Don't forget to bring your foundation right down your neck and just over your ears as well. Nothing major, just to make sure that everything is uniform. And that's been patted in. Then what I've been loving lately is to go in with my Touche Eclat and just run that under my eyes. And it's this lovely peachy colour, and it's really great for brightening and also covering up the dark circles, nearly like a corrector. I don't usually need that much concealer nowadays. Touch wood, I've just jinxed myself there now, watch. Usually I don't get too bad with my spots and things. I know, saying that, I have a big one on my cheek right here. I tend to get these kind of, I don't get like a lot of spots, I just get kind of what do you call them, like nodular ones. How awful does that sound? That sounds rotten, doesn't it? Nodular. So then I'm just going to pat that out with the sponge again, just to brighten everything up. So I've just put that Touche Éclat anywhere that I want to highlight. So at the center of my face, down my nose a bit, on my chin, and under the eyes to keep that area nice and bright and awake. So because I'm not using any cream products on the rest of my face, I'm just going to set it all down with my Carter Beauty, can you even see that? My Carter Beauty Setting Standards primer powder it is, Sarah, bacon powder. So I'm just gonna pack that on anywhere that I put that Touche Éclat, and then anywhere that I get oily very quickly, so it will be around my nose, and my chin gets very oily very quickly. Whatever's left on the brush, then I just kind of tap off any excess and just kind of pat it over at the other spots of my face. I don't tend to put too much powder in between my eyebrows. That's the driest part of my face, so I tend to leave that alone if I can. And then I'm just gonna get a big fluffy brush like this one and just dust all the rest of that powder away. And that'll just make sure that the rest of my face is nice and mattified. So next it's on to the brows. So I'm just going to give them a quick brush with my Catrice Slamatic brow pencil. I've been loving this one lately. It's not new to me, but it's one that I really love. The tip is so fine on it there, and it just is really good at being able to draw on the hairs. So I'm going to just fill in. My brows really need to be done, by the way, so I'm super excited. One of my friends, Jill, bought me a lovely voucher for, actually a bit of backstory. She's been telling me to get my eyebrows done with Natasha for ages and I haven't listened, so she went and she got me a lovely voucher to get my HD brows done and an eyelash tint. So that was really kind of her. I suppose I have to go and do it now, Jill, don't I? So I'm just filling in very lightly anywhere that's sparse. My two brows never want to look alike. Sometimes they don't even look like sisters. They don't look anything alike. Today may be one of those days. So now that the pencil's just run through them, I'm going to take my Benefit Gimme Brow Plus and just run that really quickly through my brows, just to pick up the natural hairs and make them look just a little more fluffy and a little more natural looking. So now that's my base kind of done, I am going in with another first impression, which is the Naked Cherry palette by Urban Decay. I picked this up in the sales for Black Friday when I went up the north with my friend Jill, and I don't know, I have to be honest, when I first saw this online I didn't really think much of it. I wasn't thinking that it looked great. The colours, it didn't look like they were going to suit me much, but when I actually saw it in person, looks like it's going to be a nice one. So I'm just gonna open it up there for you so you can have a quick look. I haven't used this at all yet, but aren't the colours just stunning? Look like they're going to be very nice kind of everyday shades for me, as I have very dark brown eyes, so these purples and mauvey tones might really bring out the brown, the richness in the brown colour. So I think I'm going to start off with the shade Caution down here, this kind of a taupey brown, and I'm going to run that all through my crease. I'm going in with my Morphe M504 brush, just dipping it right into that colour, tap off any excess and just run that straight through. So I'm just using my big fluffy brush to just whack that all over the crease, right from my crease nearly up to my brow bone. No precision needed with this whatsoever. It's just a transition. So long as you're doing little circles and getting right up to there, just to give a nice wash of colour. I'm liking how that's going on. It's applying quite nicely. It's just given a nice wash, like what I wanted. Yeah, so I'm liking that. I'm going to take a little bit more of that, I think, and just run it underneath. Again with the big same big fluffy brush. So next, the shade Juicy is just calling to me, so I'm gonna throw that in the crease as well. So I'm just gonna take my Nicola brush from Nima, and I'm going to take the shade Juicy and pop her just in the crease, just under where we placed that other colour. Ooh, she's pigmented. Wow. A lot more pigmented than the colour Caution was. And then I'm just taking some of that underneath the eye, just to mimic what we've done on top. So I'm really liking how that's come out so far. I didn't, to be honest, think I was gonna really like this palette, but it's proven me wrong, I swear. So then I think, just to kind of deepen up a little bit, I'm going to go in with this colour here called Devilish. I'm just going to go in and use that colour Devilish with my Debs brush from Nima. Again, I was gifted these lovely brushes from my lovely boyfriend Nathan for Christmas, and I adore them so far. I've used them I think 3 times now, and I'm in love. If you haven't tried Nima, there you go. Here's an idea. Birthdays, Christmas. So I'm learning from my mistake, and I'm just tapping my brush in very, very lightly, just to get a little bit of colour, as I do not want anything major with this one in particular, especially with how this look is coming together at the moment. It's fairly soft, so I don't want to grunge it up too much with this purple shade. So I'm just going to pop that on, I think, the outer edge, and then very, very lightly just buff that back into the crease. Very, very lightly. The great thing about these brushes is you do not have to work too hard. They do all the work for you. And if you're a beginner, what more could you ask for? But so far, I'm really liking this eyeshadow palette. I have to say, I had pretty low expectations, which sounds horrible, but I don't know, I've gotten Urban Decay palettes before and they just haven't been great. But when I saw this on offer, it was only like £21 when I got it in Newry, and for that price and for the colour selection, you couldn't go wrong really. And with that same colour Devilish, I'm just the same brush on ever so lightly in the corners of my lower lash line as well. Then once all that is done, I like to go back in with the very first brush, which is my Morphe, and just go and soften out the edges of everything, just to make sure there are no harsh lines. I hope you can pick up how that is showing up. It's looking really, really good, and I really, really like this palette so far. So it's a winner for me for now. Next, on to another first impression. My lovely sister Jess got me this lovely Revolution Cheek Kit quad as part of my Christmas present. So I'm really excited to use the bronzer shade mostly. The blush and the 2 highlighters are very, very shimmery. Whereas the bronzer is more of a sheen. I don't usually use bronzers with sheens, so I'm excited to give this a go. I don't want to take up too much, so I'm just going to tap my brush in, tap off any excess, and just start where I normally would. So I just put a little bit more on my brush, and I've worked that right into the cheeks and onto my forehead, a little bit down onto my jaw, and I really like how this is looking. I have to say, Shein blushes, they kind of turned me off for a little while, but this one seems to be really, really nice. So anyway, I've put the rest of that bronzer on, and although it looks nice in this weird light that again I can only apologize for, it's a bit hard to blend out, so I would highly recommend light hand with this and just circular motions. I'm not the best on my left side, so blending it out through here has been a little more difficult, but if you're a beginner, I'd stay away from this. The sheen off it is absolutely beautiful, but if you struggle with putting bronzer on, I don't really think this is going to be one for you. Throwing on my blusher then next, and this is not new to me. Well, it is new to me for Christmas, but the moment I got it, I threw this on. How gorgeous is this Luna blush? So I'm just taking a little bit of that on my big brush and just sweeping that onto my cheeks. It gives a gorgeous sheen too, which I really, really enjoy. So my next first impression is the number 7 Intense Volume Mascara, and I'm really, really excited to try this one out. I got this in the number 7 advent calendar and I've never tried it before, so we're gonna give it a go. I have a lot of mascaras on the go at the moment, but I'm excited to see how this one goes on. So I'm just actually going to get my palette mirror and we're going to give it a whirl. Sorry, you cannot see a thing there. So it's given a kind of very fluttery kind of daytime lash, which I'm really for. I'm really liking. I'm going to put another coat on and see how that fares. So naturally I got mascara on my lids, but I'm not sure how I feel about this mascara at the moment. It's not giving me a ton of curl. I don't see a ton of volume. This is just one coat. I'm going to try a second coat and see how we get on. Okay, so I've got a second coat on my right eye, and I mean, it's not a bad mascara, but it's not really, I don't know, it's not bad, but it's not great. It's good in betweenish. I like it for daytime, if I just want to work mascara kind of thing. Yeah, it's good. Don't know if I'd be reaching for it now for a night out or anything like that. So now that's the second coat done on the other eye, and again, I'm not mad at it. Like, it's a nice mascara. I just wouldn't say intense or volume. No, it does give volume, but I wouldn't say intense volume. It's a nice one. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what the price is of this, but I'll definitely use the rest of it. Then for my highlighter, you all should know it's my trusted Pixi palette, and I think I'm going to throw the shades Tea and Clutch on together. Grab my little setting brush from Real Techniques and just grab a bit of both of those shades together and pop her on there. Just look at that glow. These are so buttery and pigmented. They work perfectly. Put on the Cupid's bow, and she's a beaut. Oh, I love, love, love this highlighter palette. If you haven't already, seriously, go out and pick this up. Then another Luna product, which is a first impression for me, is the Morganite lip pencil. I'll just swatch a bit on the back of my hand there. Oh my god, what is with me and my swatches? So it's just a really nice kind of mauvey nude colour. So we will see how we get on putting this on. So it's quite easy to get a very precise line, which I like, because I'm not one for having to work overtime with any of my makeup products. If you know me, you know that to be true. So I like the colour. I like how that's gone on. And yeah, I think, well, I'll see how it wears throughout the day, but I think this might be another winner. And then last but not least, I was really kindly gifted this Fleek by Easy Locks liquid lipstick by a friend, Kerry, and I'm going to give her a try today. It's this beautiful nude colour, and I think it's going to go really nice with this eye look. Oh yes, look at that colour. I've never tried anything by this brand, so I'm really interested to see how this wears. I have very dry skin, so I find a lot of liquid lipsticks, they tend to dry my lips out like crazy, so we will see how we get on with this one. But so far I really like it. The pigment is there, it's not too dry so far. It's dried down almost instantly, and on first impression it doesn't seem too bad. So I'm excited to see how this wears throughout the rest of the day. And that's the finished look. So overall, with the 5 products that I tried, the primer I really like. I'm going to be reusing that again, see how I get on with this. The liquid lipstick I think is really nice as well. It's gone a little bit dry, but it seems to, a lot of liquid lipsticks, they'll be super dry for about 15 minutes, and then after that I might not feel them, so fingers crossed the same is for this. The mascara, I'm still undecided about this. As I said, it's a very good go-to, like for every day, if you're going to work or school. I definitely wouldn't say intense, but I will reuse it again. The bronzer from this palette looks beautiful, but it's a bit hard to blend out. So again, be really careful if this is one that you're going to be using. Will I reuse it again? I probably will. I really like the 2 highlighters in it here, and the blush is beautiful. So along with the bronzer, it's a handy one just to throw in the bag. And as for the lip liner, this seems to be a really good one. So I'm excited to see how this will wear, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to wear this again, 100%. So they were my 5 first impressions, along with a full makeup look. Again, I'm really sorry that the lighting is a bit kind of weird here. Just bear with me please, I'm working on it, and I really hope that you liked this video, and thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. Bye.